We want to return now to our top story, the indictment of Governor Rick Perry on felony charges of abuse of official capacity and coercion of a public servant. We want to hear from both parties on what this means for Perry's political future. So joining us live is J.D. Gins, the chairman of the Travis County Democrats, and Republican consultant Matt Makoviak. Matt, how big of a blow is this for the governor?
Well, look, obviously it's huge news. It makes huge news across the state. It's going to make news across the country, and he will always have been a governor who was indicted. We haven't had a governor indicted in 100 years in Texas. But ultimately, what matters is the resolution here. Does he get convicted of either of these charges? You have a first-degree felony and a third-degree felony. These are serious charges if he were to be convicted. I think the legal case is incredibly weak. I mean, this is pretty standard politics. There was nothing in this that benefited him personally. It does sort of feel like a partisan attack. We'll see when this goes to trial. I think there's a chance both these charges get thrown out.
Okay. J.D., Matt says it's kind of a weak case. Will this case hold up?
I think this case will hold up. This is a dramatic indictment of the culture of corruption that has dominated our state for nearly 20 years. He says that no one has benefited from this. This all stems from the fact that the Public Integrity Unit was researching into whether or not Governor Perry was passing on cancer research funds to his big donors. So if he was using a cancer research fund as a political slush fund for GOP donors, then this is obviously a big deal. And pro tip, if you're running for president, don't get indicted. If you don't want to get indicted, don't break the law.
Matt Makoviak's talking about running for president. That's the expectation of everybody. How does he go forward right now? What's he thinking about tonight?
Look, I think there's probably got to be some uncertainty. I mean, this is a serious situation for him personally. It's a tragedy for his family. It's not a pleasant process. But look, he's had a very positive year politically over the last year, building towards 2016, having lots of good momentum. I don't know whether he'll be able to continue doing all those things in public while this is tried, or whether he'll do some of that more in private. Well, it will remain to be seen. My guess is he will continue building because I think he believes, and I believe his legal team believes, that he will be absolved of any wrongdoing here. Again, I think the legal case is very, very weak. This is pretty standard stuff. The line item veto is a constitutionally protected right of governors, and ultimately no one believes a drunk DA should be prosecuting drunk drivers. Rosemary Lemberg should have resigned, and the fact that she didn't was selfish, and we wouldn't be here if she hadn't been drunk driving in the first place.
J.D., what's the most politically damaging thing going on here for the governor as he sits in this situation?
Well, he wants to launch a political career even higher. He wants to go for president, so obviously getting indicted doesn't help that. But, going back to what Matt says, this isn't about the district attorney. This is about Governor Perry using his authority in an appropriate way. He threatened to veto funding, which is coercion, and an abuse of power. So that's what he's been indicted for, and that is a big deal. He should not be able to use that power as bluntly as he did, and he did it for political reasons, so obviously this isn't going away.
Yeah, it's certainly not going away tonight, and it will continue on. Mondays, the attorneys are going to be talking. J.D., Matt, thank you both very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks.